you don't know who you are and you got to go and change, get your chance renewed, you go down there, you're frustrated. Before you even get to the building, you're already frustrated. You have an expectation of being aggravated. You got an expectation of having to stand in line. You have an expectation of having to, all this stuff is built up in because you don't know who you are.
All right.
When you know who you are, your expectation changes. And now you have an expectation that when you drive to the mall, if don't nobody else get a parking spot in the front, you're going to get one. Because the blessing of God is on you. You have an expectation that when you walk into the building, that they're going to open up a whole new window and all the people that was in line going to be in line, but they're going to open a new window when you walk in there and you're going to be able to walk right up there to the front. Why? Because you have an expectation of the blessing. It changes everything when you know. You just like that baby with the new dress.
You see me.
You see me. Because you understand what you carry. All right, come on, let's go to the book of Hebrews. We're still dealing with the blessing. Instead of Hebrews, go to Galatians. We'll go over Hebrews at a different time. Go to Galatians. I'm going to start this in Galatians. Go to Galatians 3rd chapter. Go down to verse number 14, talking about the blessing. Now, we just saw how God promised to make Abraham great. The reason why I brought Abraham into it, because you are the seed of Abraham. Abraham is your spiritual father. We are the children. We're the seed of Abraham. We're the offspring of Abraham. Why is that important? It's important because whatever God said to Abraham, he also said to you. This is very important that you understand this. Everything God said to Abraham, when God told Abraham, surely I will bless you and make you a blessing, he was talking to you too. When God told Abraham, you don't have to worry because I will fight for you, he says, I will curse those who curse you. He was talking to you too. When God told Abraham he was going to make his name great, he was talking to you too. You have an expectation that God is going to make my name great, that my name is going to be renowned through the city, that people will know who I am, that people will know my organization, that the name of this ministry will be known in the city of Pompano, that the program Read Pompano will be known in the city of Pompano, that the name of this ministry, the name of the outreaches of this ministry will be known. Why? Because God will make our name great. God will make us so effective that people will know who we are, because we will be blessings to other people. We are not just going to be here so that we might be blessed, but we are going to be here and we are going to be blessed, but we are also going to be a blessing to others. Others are going to benefit from our presence.
Yes. That's right.
It's the same thing to live and die and don't nobody miss you. You want to be missed when you're gone. You want to be missed. You want to be somebody who lived their life in such a way that when you are not here anymore, they miss you. Because you were a blessing to them. They miss your talks. They miss your prayers. They miss your friendship. They miss you. Why? Because you were a blessing.
Yes.
You were somebody who mattered to them. You were somebody who made a difference in their life. You were somebody who carried weight in their life. And now that you're not there, they miss. You want to be missed.
Yes.
You want to be big enough to be missed. You want to be blessed enough, favored enough to be missed. You don't want to live and die and don't nobody miss you because you didn't accomplish nothing, you didn't do. No, you want to be missed because you touch lives. You touch lives. Okay, I told you to go to Galatians. Go down to 3 and 14. All right, this is what it says. Galatians 3 and 14 says, I'm going to start at verse 13. Galatians 3 and 13. Christ has redeemed us from the curse of the law, being made a curse for us, for it is written, curses everyone that hangeth on a tree. That's talking about the cross that he hung on. The tree is the same as the cross. He's saying Christ has redeemed us. Christ brought us back by dying for us. He gave his life for our life. That was the exchange. He gave his life for my life. So my life don't belong to me anymore. It belongs to him because he switched it out for me. He gave his life for my life. So the Bible says, once again, Christ has redeemed us from the curse of the law, being made a curse for us. For it is written, curses everyone that hangeth on a tree. Verse number 14. Why did he hang on a tree? That the blessing of Abraham. That's the same blessing that I just read you in Genesis, the 12th chapter. I just read you there. That blessing. He says, I'm going to surely bless you. I'm going to make your name great. I'm going to fight for you. He says, I curse those who curse you. I bless those who bless you. He says, I'm going to do this for you. This is the blessing that God is talking about right here in the 13th verse. In the 14th verse, he says that the blessing of Abraham might come on the Gentiles. That's you and me. That it might come on the Gentiles through Jesus Christ. That we might receive the promise of the Spirit through faith. The Bible says that we have been redeemed. Why? So that we might receive the promise of the Spirit. We want to receive the Spirit. Once you receive the Spirit, once you are born again, that is the completion of the Abrahamic blessing. That is the fulfillment of the blessing. When God told Abraham that I'm going to bless you and make you great and make your name great and fight for you and curse those who curse you and bless those who bless you. The manifestation or the fulfillment of that blessing was when the Spirit of God was sent to the Gentiles.
Yes.
The fulfillment of the blessing was when God released his Spirit among the Christian. When you are born again, you receive the Holy Ghost. When you are born again, you receive the Holy Ghost. You can't be saved without the Holy Ghost. Because the Holy Ghost is the agent of the birth. The one that makes you born again is the Holy Ghost. You are born of the Holy Ghost. That is the fulfillment of the blessing. That is the completion of the blessing. So if you are saved, then you are blessed.
Yes. Amen. Amen.
If you are saved, you are blessed. If you are born again, you are born of the Spirit. Therefore, you have received the promise. You have received the blessing. You are blessed.
That's
Amen.
it. That's it.
You are empowered. You are strengthened. God is in you. He is mighty in you. If you are born again, then you have received the blessed promise of Abraham. God is fighting for you. But remember what I told you earlier. If you're not conscious of the blessing, then you don't have any expectation for the blessing. If you're not conscious, if you don't recognize that what you're wearing is beautiful, if you don't recognize what you're wearing, like that baby, if you don't recognize that the garment that you've been made of and clothed with is beautiful, then you'll walk in the room and sit down. There was a whole lot of kids who walked in the room with her.
Yes.
She did not walk in the room by herself. But she was the only one who came up to me and said, God, Daddy, look at my dress. Because what she had on was beautiful.
Yes.
And she wanted the world to see it. All the other kids just walked in and flopped down in the chair. How do you enter the room? How do you get up in the morning? Do you recognize the beauty that you are? When you walk in the room at your workplace, how do you walk in the room? Do you recognize who you are? Or do you walk in there with a sad attitude and a negative attitude? Here, another day. Do you walk in talking foolish and talking crazy? Or do you walk in there saying, I am the child of God. I'm blessed of the Lord. Today is another wonderful day. God's will is going to be accomplished today in me. I'm going to touch somebody's life today. I'm going to say something kind to somebody. I'm going to hug somebody today. I'm going to tell somebody today that Jesus loves them. I'm going to tell somebody today about what God has done for me. Or do you walk in the room and flop down with everybody else like you don't know Jesus? Are you conscious of the blessing that you are?
No.
Are you mindful of who you are? Or do you see yourself as just like everybody else in the room? Or do when you walk in the room, you walk in there with purpose.
Yes.
You walk in there with your head high because you know the authority that you walk in.
Yes.
You know that when you walk into the room, you walk in there with Jesus. You don't walk in there by yourself. And I don't care what was going on in here before I got in here. Now that I am in here, things are going to change. I don't care if the company was going down before I got here. Now that I'm here, we're going to go up. I'm not going to talk unbelief and foolishness with you. I'm going to talk about the goodness of God. We're not going to talk about the company going down. We're going to talk about the company going up because I'm here now.
Amen. Lord.
Are you conscious of your clothing? Because consciousness brings expectation.
Yes.
When you're conscious, then you begin to look for manifestation. I'm looking for things to change now because I know who I am. Come on, let me tell you some things about this blessing. Now, the first thing about this blessing, now that you know that you're blessed, because if you're a child of God, you are blessed. But now that you know you're blessed, let's deal with the blessing. The number one thing about the blessing I want you to understand is that the blessing is tangible. The blessing is tangible. Tangible means that it's a physical thing, meaning that it's something that can be touched. The blessing is tangible. Listen to this. The reason why, listen to what I'm about to tell you. The reason why Paul could take the aprons from his clothes and those aprons go to different places and drive out demons. The reason why Peter's shadow could go by somebody and the person be healed by his shadow is because the blessing of God was tangible. It was tangible. Anything God touched is changed by his touch. Anything that God touches is changed by his touch. This is why the Bible says that before Jesus got on the boat, Peter didn't have no success fishing. But once Jesus got on the boat and used the boat for the glory of God, it changed Peter's life. It changed his success. And now the man who was unsuccessful in fishing, now he puts the net on the other side and catch more fish than he caught all year long. Because anything God touches, he changes. You are not ordinary. When the Spirit of God came to live in you, he changed you. Okay. This is why a little bit of fish and a little bit of bread in the hands of somebody where the Holy Ghost is residing is changed. Yes. Water is changed to wine in the hands of somebody who has the Holy Ghost. Amen. A broken family is staying strong when somebody who got the Holy Ghost is in that family. Yeah. The blessing is tangible. Your children are going to be changed because you're there. Amen. Your husband, your wife, unsaved loved ones are going to get saved because you are there. The blessing is tangible. But you got to know who you are. All right. You got to know who you are so that change will happen in your house. Yeah. Change will happen in your job because you understand that God lives in me. Yes. And everywhere I go, he's going to contaminate that area with his presence. My Lord, my Lord. Number one, the blessing is tangible. Yes. Number two, the blessing can be conferred. We're talking about securing the blessing. We're trying to lock it down because when you leave here, I want you to know beyond a shadow of doubt what you got. The blessing is, I told you, the first one was the blessing is tangible. The second one is the blessing can be conferred. The blessing can be conferred. What does it mean to be conferred? It means the blessing can be given. The blessing can be given. Somebody, listen to this, somebody who is blessed can release the blessing. Somebody who is blessed can release the blessing. This is the reason why when we pray over our children at the beginning of the school year, I call the parents up and I tell the parents to pray over their own child. Why? Because you have an authority in your child's life that I don't have. Because that is your child. You brought forth that child. You have an authority over that child that I do not have. And as a mother, as a father, you have the ability to confer a blessing over your child. My Lord. This is why you have to be very careful in what you say to your children, because there's two ways to confer a blessing. The first way to confer a blessing is with your words. We see an example of that in the Bible when the Bible says that the man spoke a blessing over his child. Well, let's go even farther back than that. The first place we see the blessing being conferred by words is when God spoke to Abraham and said, I will bless you. Yes. God released a tangible blessing through his words. And from that moment on, Abraham was blessed because of what God said out of his mouth. So mother, father, the first way you release the blessing is by what you say. That's why you have to be careful what you say. I don't care how bad your child is or what your child is going through. You only speak blessings over your child. You only speak life over your child. You only speak grace over your child. You never speak ill over your child because your words carry power. Yes, man. So whatever the child is going it or not.
All right.
You're going to be a woman of God, a man of God, whether you like it or not. You're going to serve God, whether you like it or not. God, because the fruit of my womb is blessed.
Yes.
The Bible says the seed of the righteous shall be delivered.
Amen.
So you got to confer blessing. Next way you confer the blessing, the first way you confer blessing is by your words. The next way you confer blessing is by the laying on of hands. You lay hands on somebody. That's the reason why we call people up for prayer. And when people believe, when they have faith in the laying on of hands, they're healed. Why? Because there is a transfer in the laying on hands. That's why you don't let any and everybody lay hands on you. Amen. Because what they carry can be passed to you.
That's right. That's right.
So you don't just go all over the places and let any and everybody lay hands on you. This is the reason why we don't let our children go and stay at everybody's house. Because what's going on in that house will get in your child, because there is a transfer of spirit. You have to be careful of how you raise your children, because you don't know what somebody is doing in their house. You don't know what somebody believes and teach in their house. And so you have to be mindful of that.
Yes.
You have to be mindful of that. Why? Because it is your responsibility to protect what God has given. There is nothing more precious than your children. You have to protect your child. You have to protect your marriage. You have to protect yourself. You don't just give yourself, give your marriage, give your attention to any and everything. You protect what God has given to you.
Amen. That's right.
Two ways. First is through your mouth. What you say to your mouth confers the blessing. The second way is by the laying on of hands. That's why you be careful who you allow to lay hands on. Yes. And you as a Christian, you lay hands on your children.
Yes.
You lay hands on your finances. See, everything has an ear. This is another message, but I'm just giving you this little piece. Everything has an ear. This is why the Bible says, if you speak to the mountain will move, because everything has the ability to hear. Listen to this. Everything has the ability to hear. Everything has the ability to hear. Even inanimate objects can hear. Things that are not living can hear. That's why you hear me say every seat will be filled. When I speak to the seat and command the seat to be filled, a soul has to come and fill this chair. Why? Because this seat has an ear. I have spoken to this chair, and I command the chair to be filled with a person. It has to be filled. It ain't got no choice but to be filled. Why? Because it has an ear. And the Bible says if I speak to the mountain has to move. Why? Because the blessing is conferred by my what? Word. Amen. What you say to your mouth has a whole lot of power. You speak to things. That's how we as Christians release our authority. We speak. Okay, let me take you somewhere else. You didn't talk about the blessing, talk about securing the blessing. All right, let me show you on the book of Hebrews, the 12th chapter. Now we'll go to Hebrews. I want to give you your warning. Go down to Hebrews, the 12th chapter, verse number 16.